Oh my god. Oh my god, that's a scream. Chris.
There's fingerprints. So now I'm wondering, was their intention to steal my diesel?
Venturing into the woods alone at night can be terrifying, but what happens when you encounter someone or something you'd rather never meet? Like this first encounter, for example, uploaded on a TikTok account called Fuzzy Waffles. In November 2022, an anonymous TikTok account under the name Fuzzy Waffles uploaded a video that would soon spread like wildfire across the internet. The video is short, just 20 seconds, but what it captured was far from ordinary. What's even more chilling is the mystery surrounding its origin. No one knows who filmed it, or who the people in the video are. A group of friends adventuring deep in the woods. The air is still, and everything seems normal, until something catches their attention.
Prove it. I don't know. I've been face down in a ditch for 2 hours. I was trying to save your buddy, okay? I don't think there's much left I have to prove. Okay, well, if you could come help, that'd be nice. Okay, I don't know where this thing is, or when it's gonna...
A figure, almost blending into the night, appears at the edge of the trees. One of the boys, seemingly driven by curiosity, moves closer to the figure, while the others shout warnings, urging him to stay back. The scene takes a turn for the worse. As the boy approaches, the figure moves swiftly, almost unnaturally toward him. A scream pierces the air as the creature grabs the boy with terrifying speed, dragging him off into the darkness. The rest of the group is left frozen in shock, their frantic cries echoing through the night. Panic sets in as the footage cuts out abruptly, leaving behind only an eerie silence. No one knows what happened after that. Did the others make it out alive? Was the figure truly a skinwalker, as they feared? Or something else entirely? The video ends with more questions than answers, and its chilling mystery remains unsolved. Venturing into the quiet bushlands alone at night can be unnerving. But what happens when you delve into local legends and feel the weight of unseen eyes upon you? Tonight, we're exploring a chilling tale from the Australian bush, where ancient spirits are said to lurk in the shadows. On an anonymous YouTube channel, an unseen explorer takes viewers on journeys into the lesser-known, often eerie corners of the world. Tonight, their exploration leads them to a legend that has haunted the quiet bushlands of southeast Queensland for generations. In the quiet bushlands of southeast Queensland, there's a legend that still gives some folks chills. Locals whisper about a tiny aboriginal spirit known as the John Judy, said to hide among the thick trees and watch you from the shadows. Some swear they've seen its small figure darting between the leaves, while others insist it's nothing more than a strange piece of wood that somehow took the shape of something alive. As night fell, the explorer prepared to delve deeper into the area, rumored to be home to the John Judy.
I think I used to bring a lantern for this, didn't I? Yeah, it broke. That's what I get, another lantern for doing exactly this.
A vital piece of equipment, their lantern, had unfortunately broken, leaving them with reduced light and an increased sense of vulnerability. Despite the growing darkness and the unsettling quiet of the bush, they pressed on, determined to uncover any truth behind the local whispers. And there it showed. The footage shows something terrifying in the darkness. It was a dark figure attached to the bush. The man didn't notice at first, but the footage clearly shows it's a creature. Whether it's a trick of the eyes or a real spirit guarding the land, one thing's for sure. If you ever find yourself alone in the bush out here, you'll feel like you're being watched. The experience left a lingering impression, a profound sense of being observed by something ancient and hidden within the dense foliage. The mystery of the John Judy remains unsolved, a chilling testament to the unseen forces that may still roam the wild. The John Judy, a small Aboriginal spirit, is said to haunt southeast Queensland's bushlands, watching from the shadows. Similarly, Jasco and Chris's forest investigation took a dark turn when they uncovered a bag of organs linked to satanic cult activity. The feeling of being watched grew, echoing the eerie presence of the John Judy. Meet Jasco, a content creator known for his channel Jasco, where he takes his viewers on daring journeys into the darkest, most haunting places on Earth. From abandoned locations to cursed forests, Jasco and his friend Chris are no strangers to the paranormal. But in this particular investigation, they were about to find themselves in a real-world nightmare, one that would shatter their understanding of fear itself.
Yeah, so somebody found like a bag of what they call organs. Organs?
Oh my god. Found a bag of organs, bro.
A bag of organs. Guys, a bag of organs were found. What the fuck?
Police officers, sheriff deputies, and park rangers came to our campsite and told us that they came across a bag of organs in this forest, confirming that there is satanic cult activity happening in this forest.
The duo had set out to spend a night camping in a remote forest, hoping to encounter cryptids like Bigfoot. But things took a chilling turn when they were approached by local authorities, police officers, sheriff deputies, and park rangers, who delivered horrifying news. A bag of organs had been discovered deep in the forest, suggesting an ongoing case of satanic cult activity. The sinister realization sank in. They were not just dealing with paranormal entities, but something much darker.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that's a scream. Chris, I just heard a scream outside.
The night grew heavy with an overwhelming sense of dread, amplified by the smell of decay that lingered in the air, a putrid stench that seemed to seep from the very ground they were camped on. It was then that a scream echoed in the distance, a sound that chilled them to the bone and confirmed their worst fears. They were far from alone.
Chris, wait. Do you smell that?
Oh, it smells gross.
As the hours passed, an unsettling unease settled over the campsite. The figure of a suspicious truck could be seen circling the area, slowing down as though searching for something or someone. They couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched, and their sense of safety vanished entirely.
On several occasions tonight, there's been this one truck that has driven past us at our campsite on several different occasions.
Then, the spirit box sessions began. At first, they seemed like standard ghost hunting fare, but things quickly took a darker turn. A voice repeatedly whispered the name Brenda Johnson, followed by the chilling phrases which would soon lead them to discover something far more disturbing.
What did it say?
Brenda.
Brenda? Brenda Johnson?
Brenda Johnson. All right, we got a name. that would suck.
I died here.
Oh, behind us, bro. Shh, listen.
As they dug deeper into the mystery, they uncovered a duffel bag buried beneath a pile of leaves, an old Amazon gift card, a receipt from 2008, and a broken phone inside. But it wasn't just the items that were unsettling. The spirit box continued to whisper grim phrases.
Oh, thank God.
That's a duffel bag.
Okay, I thought
Chris,
that was...
that's a duffel bag in the forest.
Okay, I mean, it's not any better, but... Hello?
No, you don't get it, bro. The spirit box just said, Brenda Johnson, I died here, and we just found a duffel bag in the forest. McDonald's cards? Arch card? What is an arch card?
I don't know. Well, it's like
Does
clear.
McDonald's have a bank?
Maybe like employees or something?
2007, it says.
I've never seen that before. It's so weird. Arch cards. Okay. Oh. Sorry.
Oh, shit, Chris?
Bro, listen.
Ah!
Oh!
That was a goose, I think.
Chris, there's a receipt here. Holy shit. Oh my God, there's a date. Hold on. Bro, January 26th, 2008.
Every answer from the spirit box painted a picture of a life cut short. Jasko and Chris were shaken to their core, realizing that the missing person they had heard about earlier was tied to these eerie revelations. The police confirmed that there was an active investigation into a missing person in the area, and this investigation was becoming far more serious than anything they had expected.
Fatal conditions.
Are you hearing what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Is it in the van?
Let me just open the top. That'll determine whether or not I want this in my van or not. What the f? Oh, the dust that just came out. Bro?
Why are the... What? Okay. Dude, stop. Oh, so they were driving a Ford, the truck broke down.
Found on the road dead.
Found on the road dead, yeah.
Seat is waiting for you.
So he was waiting for you?
Brenda, just like on the phone.
Overwhelmed, they called the police again, understanding the gravity of the situation. As they spoke to the authorities, they decided to split up to cover more ground, each hoping to uncover more answers. But as Jasko ventured alone, the spirit box sent another chilling message.
Down here. Now, spirit box just said, can we chat for a moment? I'm different. And I wonder if that's talking about like...
Jasko's solo exploration led him deeper into the forest. With every step, he could feel the weight of something, someone watching him. He heard strange walking sounds, followed by a scream that didn't sound entirely human. It was as if something was trying to imitate an animal's cry.
I don't know if you guys hear that, but it genuinely sounds like there's someone like walking. Like, you can almost hear like... That was a scream? Didn't sound like an animal scream. Didn't sound like a human scream. That almost sounded like a human trying to sound like an animal.
Branches snapped around him, but there was no wind. The atmosphere was charged with an inexplicable tension. Using his Necronic app, Jasko's fears were confirmed. Wendigos, Skinwalkers, and Bigfoot were indeed near.
This will allow me to ask more questions. Hello, is it true about the Wendigos and the Skinwalkers, the Bigfoot in this forest? Yes. It said true and then yes. Is there one nearby me right now? Yes. There's two? Cryptids like to know spirit. So it's...
The camera began malfunctioning, its focus flickering in and out as though tracking something invisible. The spirit box's messages grew darker. The pieces of the puzzle were falling into place, and the story they were uncovering was more horrific than they could have ever imagined.
Come here for a sec. Look at my camera. It's focusing in and out like there's something there.
Yo, it is. Look at it. Yo, it's focusing something down the right. This is the middle there.
It only does that when there's like something here. Because if I show Chris,
Focuses on me.
if it shows here, it usually focuses as if there was a...
I see eyes right there. What the fuck was that?
What?
2010s.
Is that when you died?
Jasko's camera captured something on the edge of the frame, an unsettling physical manifestation. A presence was making itself known, almost caught on film. But the true horror was still unfolding as he continued to receive cryptic messages through the spirit box.
There's literally like something trying to manifest right next to your body.
Manifest these nuts. Hell no, stay away from me.
Back together, Jasko and Chris shared their findings, discussing the terrifying local lore. The hollow stalker, a gaunt wendigo, the howler in the pines, a glowing-eyed creature, and the skin taker, an entity that mimics human form. The forest was steeped in dark rituals, with burned bones and Ouija boards left behind by those who sought to summon forces beyond their control.
So for the first one, they call it the hollow stalker, aka the wendigo. Hunters have claimed to see a gaunt, towering figure, its limbs impossibly long, its joints bending at wrong angles, the skin hangs loose, as if it's wearing the hide of something else. Old stories say the wendigo was once a man from the 1800s logging camp, driven mad by winter starvation. When the snow thawed, they found him, still alive, but surrounded by stripped bones. Some say the wendigo still mimics the voices of its victims, luring people off the trail.
Ooh. Sounds spooky.
I don't know, considering what we both just experienced down the trail,
It's very possible, I don't know.
So this one's called the Howler in the Pines, Bigfoot. Unlike the gentle giant image in popular culture, the howler is far from peaceful. It's described as massive, covered in dark hair, but with glowing amber eyes.
Cool.
What did we just see like 20 minutes ago? Oh gosh.
Exciting.
Locals say it doesn't just scream, it makes a deep thrumming howl that vibrates in your chest and leaves you lightheaded, as if it's affecting your heartbeat. Several campers reported walking to find huge muddy footprints around their tents in perfect circle.
What was that? Like a voice or something.
That was like a... Okay, I'm gonna let that like cool down for a bit. It's hard to hear. It smells incredible. It's hard to hear sometimes because the Jenny is so loud, but fuck, we'll keep our ears clean. It's not what I meant.
You clean my ears?
So this one's called the Skin Taker. This one's the least documented and the most feared. Witnesses claim to see animals with human-like eyes moving in stilted, unnatural ways. Some say it can wear people, appearing exactly like a missing friend until it gets close enough to touch you. Then things start to slip.
The night reached its terrifying climax when the mysterious park ranger truck reappeared, this time confirmed to be looking for someone. Jasko and Chris moved to their campsite, realizing they were in the middle of something far worse than just a paranormal investigation.
I don't know if they're looking for something or someone. That almost... That's the same truck. No, that's Forest Ranger, bro. That's a Forest Ranger truck.
Oh, shit.
What are they looking for? It has these things on the side. It's like that's the owner they're looking for. They must be looking for somebody.
Oh.
On everything, they're looking for somebody. They have to.
You think so?
Lights. Why would he be driving up and down like
Wait,
that?
bro. Oh my god, you might be right.
It has a stripe on the side. That was a Forest Ranger.
100%.
He didn't come see us, which is weird. What? I'm like a little concerned now because they're looking for. And I heard some shit down there that makes me think there was actually people in the woods down there.
So what do you think's going on?
I wonder if someone's actually missing right now. Someone might be missing in the forest.
Bro. That's crazy.
2 sheriff deputies and the park ranger arrived, confirming the discovery of a bag of animal organs and active satanic cult activity in the forest, alongside the ongoing missing person case. The horror was now all too real.
There is satanic cult activity going on in this forest, and
despite these chilling confirmations, Jasko and Chris stayed behind to continue filming. But as they tried to rest, a loud crash near their van startled them awake, followed by another scream, this time unmistakably imitating an animal's cry.
It didn't sound like it was the van, but it sounded like it crashed near the van, which is crazy because we're parked in like the entrance of a...
What happened? You okay?
Yeah. Fuck. Dude, there's something. Dude, honestly, Chris, I'm gonna pack up right now. I don't want to be here anymore.
Okay. After that exact moment in the forest is when we decided that it was enough. And
looking outside, Jasko saw a dark figure moving in the shadows. Then, in a bizarre turn of events, the van's radio turned on by itself. The tension was unbearable, and they knew it was time to leave. The decision was made. Jasko and Chris packed up in a hurry, fleeing the forest, their hearts racing. What they had encountered that night was not just a paranormal investigation. It was a real-world nightmare. Sometimes, the greatest threats don't lurk in the shadows of an ancient forest, but in the unsettling gaze of another person. We'll dive into a chilling encounter that proves that even in seemingly safe spaces, the most disturbing events often involve human intentions. Meet Natasha, the adventurous creator behind the YouTube channel Quest Out West. Through her videos, Natasha brings her audience along as she lives and travels in her van, sharing the beauty of the outdoors and the joys of the open road. Her content inspires countless viewers to embrace the freedom of van life. But even in the most mundane of settings, Natasha would soon discover just how quickly a sense of security can vanish when an unsettling presence emerges.
What?
There's a dinner here.
Okay, what does that have to do with me? That's the reason that I found you staring at my van?
No, I was just taking a break. I was looking for blackberries.
You were looking for blackberries. Out of this entire parking lot, you were looking for blackberries right beside my van.
It was just another stop for Natasha, a quiet, empty parking lot where she was taking a break. As she went about her routine inside her van, something caught her attention. A man was standing right outside, staring at her through the window. His presence made her heart race, sending an immediate shiver down her spine. He began speaking, trying to explain his odd behavior, claiming he was looking for blackberries. But Natasha felt something was off. His excuse didn't sit right with her, especially considering the vast, empty parking lot surrounding them.
I'm actually shaking from this one. This one scared the crap out of me. I was behind the curtain, and just as I opened the curtain to reach for something on the dashboard, staring into my van, and it scared the actual bejesus out of me. I just changed my clothes. Worth mentioning is that I was not naked when he showed up, but I was wearing a night dress that was a crop top, and that's why you could see my shoulders. I didn't have the straps over my shoulders.
Natasha was left shaken, her pulse quickening with a mix of fear and disbelief. She recalled the moment with unease, especially since she had been changing clothes just moments before, heightening her discomfort at the thought of being watched. Despite the situation, she clarified that she hadn't been naked at the time, but the vulnerability she felt was still overwhelming. His story felt like a blatant lie, and something in the air told her she was in danger.
Empty parking lot. And in this entire parking lot, he comes up to my van. All of these bushes are the same. So if there was blackberries, they would be any other place. It's very obvious that none of this is a blackberry bush. And if you're thinking he might have mistaken those for blackberries, he would have to be a complete moron, because they look absolutely nothing like a blackberry bush.
As Natasha scanned the area, she noted how bizarre the man's excuse seemed. The entire parking lot was empty, and the bushes surrounding her van looked nothing like blackberry bushes. His insistence on his search for blackberries felt increasingly disingenuous, and Natasha began questioning his true motives. She couldn't shake the feeling that this wasn't a chance encounter, but something far more sinister.
That is a blackberry bush.
In a strange twist, Natasha later spotted a blackberry bush in the distance, further proof of the man's deception. The realization that he had lied about something so trivial left her feeling more exposed than ever. The eerie encounter made it clear his intentions were not innocent. and Natasha's instinct had been right all along. Although the man eventually left, Natasha couldn't shake the feeling of dread that lingered long after he was gone. The encounter had shattered her sense of security, reminding her just how vulnerable life on the road can be. As the night continued, the unsettling presence of the man remained in her mind, a stark reminder of the unpredictable dangers that come with living on the road.
This is happening. I'm trying to edit a video.
Natasha had always prided herself on her independence and ability to handle unexpected situations. But this incident served as a chilling reminder that some dangers aren't always paranormal. The real-world threats, those that come in human form, can be just as terrifying as anything supernatural. One thing is for certain. Natasha would never forget the day her sense of security was forever changed by a stranger in a parking lot. Venturing into the woods alone at night can be terrifying, but what happens when the very place you seek refuge becomes a trap, and the threat isn't from nature, but from something far more sinister? Meet the creator behind Love Sundays, a YouTuber who shares her adventures living and traveling in her van, embracing the freedom of stealth camping and the peaceful solitude of nature. Her channel captures the essence of nomadic life, showcasing the highs and lows of being on the road. But one seemingly ordinary trip would quickly turn into something far darker than expected, revealing the unpredictable dangers that come with these solo adventures.
I mean, I am parked on the side of a road. I have parked across from a bit of a clearing. After last week's video where I had a little bit of aggro, I decided this week I'm just going to come out in the middle of nowhere so that I can have a little bit of downtime. And looking at it, it looks fine at the moment, but as soon as the sun starts to go down, I think it might get a little bit creepy around here.
On this particular journey, the creator arrived at a remote spot, hoping for some quiet downtime after a stressful encounter. She found a clearing, a perfect place to settle for the night. While everything looked calm and safe in the daylight, there was an underlying sense that things might feel different when the sun set. With a slow-cooked lamb stew on the agenda, she decided to venture into the nearby woods, seeking the tranquility of nature as the stew bubbled away in the van.
Food to slowly cook away. I think I'd be a bit of a wuss if I don't actually go for a wander in the woods when the sun's down. I'm not gonna lie, this is a little bit freaky. And you'd think the lights would make it better, but it doesn't. It just... What was that? Sorry, I got freaked out then. It just makes all eyes be on you. So if there's anything in here, there's only going to be animals and things, but you just don't know, do you? Angry badger or something, but it just might jump out on me. But anyway, I'm going to head back to the van like a coward.
As dusk settled over the forest, the atmosphere shifted. What started as a peaceful exploration quickly became unsettling. Despite the beauty of the woods, the creator couldn't help but feel a sense of unease creeping in. Having grown up watching films like The Blair Witch Project, she couldn't shake the memories of isolation in the woods, feeling vulnerable once darkness fell. She made the decision to return to her van, seeking the safety of its warmth and comfort.
Cars just pulled up, and it sounds like they're walking around the van. So I was just woken up because I heard a car pull up, and it was at the front of the van. So I got up, turned my phone on and filmed, and as soon as I drew the curtains back, they drove off. They got to the end of the road, turned around, and then came back and parked behind the van. I don't even know, like, What, they just think that there's just some random van parked here that they might be able to break into, or I don't know, but it's a little bit freaky. It makes me kind of like, I'm not moving, but I don't want somebody breaking in thinking there's no one in here, because that would be a right pain.
Back inside her van, the creator prepared for a quiet evening, hoping to relax with her dinner and rest for the night. But the calm was shattered when a car pulled up outside. At first, the car drove off, but then, just as she pulled back the curtains, it turned around and parked directly behind her van. Silence fell over the scene, leaving her with a growing sense of dread. What were the intentions of the mysterious vehicle and its occupants?
What the actual see that? I don't even think I can shut the door now. So when I said I got left alone last night, it doesn't look like I did get left alone, does it? I didn't even hear anyone out on the side door. Right, I've got to work out how to do this. I don't think I've got any pliers. Tell you what, it's a good job I haven't got a bulkhead. There we go. Oh, it's miserable out here. How dangerous is that, locking someone in their van?
Despite the tension, the creator managed to get some sleep, hoping the visitors would leave. But when morning came, the reality of what had transpired hit hard. As she tried to open the van door, it wouldn't budge. To her horror, she discovered that someone had cable-tied the door shut from the outside, leaving her feeling trapped. The shock of this discovery confirmed that the visitors hadn't just been passing by. They had sinister intentions.
Let me check the back door. Well, there's nothing on this one because they wouldn't have been able to tie it to anything, would they? There's no way they could have done that door anyway. Oh, God. Right, let me put the camera down. Now this is interesting. I didn't actually notice this at the time. But if you look at that fuel cap there, there's fingerprints. So now I'm wondering, was their intention to steal my diesel? And if so, did they cable tie the doors so that they could make a quick getaway if they got rumbled? But they're obviously not very intelligent thieves, because anyone would know on these transit vans, you have to open the passenger door to allow you to actually open the flap to get to the diesel.
Further inspection revealed more chilling evidence. Fingerprints on the fuel cap, suggesting that the perpetrators had been trying to steal diesel. The cable ties now seemed like a crude attempt to keep her inside the van, preventing her from interfering or escaping. It was clear that the threat wasn't just a fleeting encounter, it was intentional and dangerous. The experience served as a grim reminder that while the wilderness holds its own dangers, sometimes the real threats come from other people. Fortunately, the creator had access to the back door, sparing her from being locked in. Still, the mystery of who these individuals were and what their true intentions had been lingers. The unsettling encounter will forever serve as a reminder of the unpredictable risks that come with living on the road and the true dangers of stealth camping. Venturing into the unknown can be an exhilarating journey, but sometimes the most mundane places can hide the most unsettling encounters. Tonight, we're following Natasha, the owner of Quest Out West, through a series of increasingly bizarre and unsettling incidents that will make you question whether some days are just cursed. Meet Natasha, the adventurous creator behind Quest Out West, where she shares her nomadic journey living and traveling in her van. With a passion for exploring vast landscapes and uncovering hidden gems across the country, Natasha's raw honesty and the unfiltered reality of life on the road resonate deeply with her audience. But one particular day would soon challenge her resilience in ways she never expected, turning an ordinary outing into a series of bewildering confrontations.
I booked an appointment at the garage because about a week ago my engine light started going on for my oil. And then shortly after that I started beeping, and not just telling me that the oil was low, but saying it was a -2 liters.
What started as a routine day quickly took an unexpected turn when Natasha noticed a warning light on her dashboard. Her engine light flickered, signaling low oil. Then came the alarming beep, -2 liters. Concerned, she immediately booked an appointment at a nearby garage. Natasha was no stranger to car troubles, having experienced a disastrous visit to another garage 8 months earlier, where her van had been held for an extended period. But this new garage offered her a daunting list of repairs, with a total cost of over $2,000.
Somebody's dogs got out in the grocery store parking lot. There's this one and the other one's a Rottweiler.
Just as she tried to process the overwhelming estimate, an even stranger situation unfolded. Natasha found herself in a grocery store parking lot when several dogs, including a Rottweiler, broke free and ran wild among the cars. The chaotic scene made her uneasy, but her concern eased when she saw the owner nearby, assuring her that the dogs were safe.
That's a cinnamon bun. I feel like cats aren't supposed to want to eat cinnamon buns, and this is very weird to me. And that one drinks coffee so they can have breakfast together?
However, the weirdness didn't end there. Natasha's cats, typically indifferent to human food, seemed to have developed a new taste for it.
So I just almost got T-boned. Thank God, thank my spirit guides, thank whatever, because apparently having a bad day. It was fine this morning. I had a client, it went great. But as the day is progressing, weird things are happening. I had another client who just didn't show up, and I'm just irritable, and then shortly after that, I almost got killed. So, I don't know, but it is changing something within me, so I'm sure it's for a better, bigger purpose, because first I was just thinking, like, right now, my clients, I'm offering free sessions, and so some people need that, and I love providing that for them. But then some people take advantage of it because it's free. They don't respect it, and they don't respect me or my time. So they don't think it's a big deal if they just don't show up. They don't realize that, all the things that it did to my day and to my schedule to make time for them.
The day took an even darker turn when Natasha narrowly avoided a serious car accident. A car nearly T-boned her, leaving her shaken and thankful for her spirit guides. The close call left her reflecting on the series of strange events unfolding around her. What had started as a peaceful day was rapidly descending into chaos, and Natasha began to see these challenges as more than just bad luck. They were a sign to reassess her boundaries and approach to work, particularly in dealing with clients who didn't respect her time. As the day wore on, Natasha found herself stuck in North Vancouver, waiting for the repairs to her van. But something didn't sit right with her. The feeling of being exploited by the mechanics intensified, and she longed to leave the city, sensing a weird negative vibe hanging in the air.
I topped up my oil. Like, I had just freshly topped up my oil before I went there, and my car was not due for an oil change. And then he gave me an oil change, like 5,000 kilometers or whatever it is, before it was due.
As she prepared to leave, another strange encounter occurred. A man began photographing her license plate, accusing her of having her high beams on. Natasha, confused, tried to show him they were off, but he persisted. The bizarre confrontation escalated, and the man falsely accused her of having an attitude problem, even though it was his own car's headlights that had created the blinding glare.
This guy's taking a picture of my license plate right now and calling the police because he thinks my high beams are on.
The situation escalated when Natasha found herself in an empty parking lot, where a car parked deliberately with its high beams glaring into her vehicle for over 10 minutes. Feeling frustrated, she drove around the block to escape the light, but when she returned, the driver confronted her. The tension was palpable, and Natasha realized the man's real goal was to impress the women in his car, not admit his own mistake.
I'm really not sure if this is intentional, but these people parked in this parking lot that was empty. I'm pretty sure the business is closed. And they have their, looks like their high beams on blaring. They've been there with the lights on for like 10 minutes now.
Annoyed, Natasha recounted the entire incident. The absurdity of it all left her stunned, but she couldn't shake the feeling that this was just another part of a much larger pattern of strange and confrontational encounters.
What's up? What's up?
Any problem or anything? Because the lady informed me that you tried to accuse them.
Okay, so are they in your car or they're in the other car?
While these encounters weren't physically harmful, Natasha's day had been a whirlwind of unexpected chaos, car issues, strange animal behavior, a near-fatal accident, and confrontational strangers. These events painted a picture of a day that seemed too bizarre to be mere coincidence. Throughout it all, Natasha's sharp instincts ensured her safety, proving that sometimes the greatest dangers don't come from the woods, but from the bizarre, everyday interactions that suddenly turn hostile.
Let's just recap what just happened, because I realized something after they left. He parked his car with his lights blaring in my face, and then left for however long. Now, he was probably thinking he wanted to leave the car open on so that the heater was on, or whatever the hell they were doing in the car so they were comfortable, right? But they're sitting there with the lights as a spotlight blaring in my face. So it's like if you're in a dark room, because it's dark out, right? You know when your lights are blaring in someone's face because they're all you can see. It's a spotlight on them. If you're in a dark room and you have a flashlight, and if I have a flashlight in a dark room and I'm flashing it in your face, of course I'm going to notice because you're all I can see. So it's like I was all they could see the whole time they were sitting there, and it didn't occur to them until like 10 some odd whatever minutes later, after I went in the back, I packed up the camp stove, I got the van ready to move, I come back in the front and I'm looking and they're still there, and I flipped them off because whatever, I had a moment. And that's when she finally shut off the engine. And so then I was like filming, explaining what was happening. So this guy comes back, gets in his car, blah, blah, blah. Then when he's beside me and he's like, the girls said you accused them. So she was probably explaining to him what happened, and instead of saying, oh, it was my fault, my bad, I parked my car, blaring my lights in someone's face, he just went on the attack, and he's just like, I'm a lawyer! So obviously he's trying to bang those girls or impress them for whatever reason.
Despite the bizarre nature of these experiences, Natasha couldn't help but reflect on how far she had come in learning to navigate the unpredictable nature of life on the road. Each of these moments was a reminder of the importance of staying vigilant and trusting her instincts. As she drove on, the events of the day remained with her, a reminder that even the most ordinary of days can unexpectedly spiral into chaos. Now that was all for today, folks. If you enjoyed these clips, subscribe to my channel and click to see more on the video on screen.